Yeah, but y'all down that's like, PD hoes rise, and they rise again. From the front line to leading mates and friends. Oh, this is your season, time to take a stand. Hey, hero makers, legends, spreading across the land. It's your roof from Tassie, bouncing like a kid at a bunning sausage sizzle on a Saturday morn. Season 3's lit, laptop lifestyle, dad show, hero makers. Season is born from AI funnels to social selling grit. Now it's hero making time. Strap in, this is it, yo. I've hopped Tokyo's back streets, cop the LA glow, bringing yarns from the road, mate. Watch the wisdom flow from the kitchen bench, hustle to the big global stage. We're handing you the keys, now it's time to turn the page. A few heroes rise, and they rise again. From the front line to leading mates and friends. Oh, this is your season, time to take a stand. Hero makers, been spreading across the land. I'm the pumped up platypus from Sunny QA, more bounce than a kid who spotted the ice cream van. You see, two Wizzy dads, mate, bringing BoomSauce seed, helping legends step up, take the driver's seat. We're not just here to yabba raw, spin ya a line. We're handing you the mic so your voice can shine. From Tassie to Tokyo, Goldie to Perth, hero makers worldwide, lifting leaders of worth. Jeff Rule's got the coffee double shot, mate, I'm wide. They platypus at the pool party, still floating our tide. Jeff from barbecues to boardrooms, we bring the yarns and the tools, helping legends lead strong and break all the rules. See heroes rise, then they rise again. From the front line to leading mates and friends. And this is your season, time to take a stand. Hero makers, legends, spreading across the land. Grab your brew, your notepad, and your crew. It's the laptop lifestyle dad show. Hero maker season, bringing heroes out of you. Patty the rule, platypus bringing the tricks. Hero makers podcast, your daily BoomSauce fix. Then they rise again. From the front line to leading mates and friends. Oh, this is your season, time to take a stand. Hey, hero makers, legends, spreading across the land. Heroes rise, then they rise again. From the front line to leading mates and friends. Oh, this is your season, time to take a stand. Hey, hero makers, legends, spreading across the land.
Yo, Dave is in the house. How are you, mate?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Oh, no, actually, Dave's not in the house. He's out of the caravan park and he's outside.
He is. That's true. We need to be that way. Sorry, just change the positions on the screen.
I don't know about that. I think I like this position. Why do we need to be the other way?
Oh, it's like the two logos blend together.
There you go. Right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Let's stop messing around with the screens right now. We're not going to make you dizzy.
Where's the fun in that? It's not Fun Day Friday yet, is it?
No. But every day's a fun day, right?
Oh, yeah. Too much fun. Too much fun.
All right. Well, mate, we're going to get into it today. So we're going to talk about a few things here. And we're probably just going to spend the next 30 minutes. But I want to unpack and talk about some of the things that have been very fruitful for us right now. And so two of these conversations are Texit and FreedomPro. So, Dave, I'm going to share a 10-minute video on FreedomPro to unpack what is all possible. I'm going to get my mate Joshua Feltz here to do some of the heavy lifting for us. But whilst I'm setting that up,
that's using the tool.
Yeah, that's right. Just use the tool. We talk about that all the time, right? Don't be a tool, use the tools.
Exactly.
So whilst I'm setting this up, what has got you most excited about FreedomPro first? I want to share your story from your perspective, and then I'll share a little bit about mine, and then we can show people what's actually possible in this space, and then we can come back and talk about it a bit more. And then the next part of the conversation I want to add to this too is Texit. Texit's been a pretty awesome little crypto mining project they're a part of. And these two products are really complementary to each other. Dave, what in the next sort of 30, 60 seconds, what's got you most excited about FreedomPro?
Well, the fact that you can send your crypto to the card, for one. So that's probably one of the biggest advantages. The fact that there's no real fees. I mean, okay, you pay a monthly fee, but that has its own benefits as well anyway. So you can soon sort of
but
get that back.
There's a referral program attached to this, right?
That's right, exactly. So you can get it back anyway. So that's what I mean. So and then I guess just the advantage, especially I find it would be really useful for international transactions, really, if somebody else has got the card, at least anyway. So, you can send money and it's there like that. I find it's great too because, being able to pay a lot of my subscriptions in US dollars and stuff like that, that's been one of the yay moments for me. Even though it's the same amount of money, it feels way much better when you pay $100 or 90. You pay $97 and it's only $97, not 147 or whatever it is. Always makes me feel better, even if it is only up here.
It's all about perception. But that's a really good fact there, that international transactions piece. And then I've actually got my business partner, Michael Silvers, set up with FreedomPro as well. And we've been doing a bit of transfer back and forth between Australia and the US. And it's just a dream now. I just say, hey, Michael, money's on its way and it's there in 10 seconds versus what we had in the past where we had to go to the bank account. We had to, first off, we had to get our bank account limits up leveled so we can send more than just $5,000 in one hit. And then the banks want to know all the ins and outs of it. They want to know what you had for breakfast. They want to know what color your turds are. All of that.
You got to get all the different codes and Swift code, this and that.
And
blah,
then
blah, blah.
it still takes 3 weeks for it to actually deliver in Michael's account. That's ridiculous.
Or you got the other messy thing. I've had my dramas, I guess, with PayPal over the years, and I stopped using them for business and stuff. I mean, I still buy stuff with it because it is a good security net for me when I'm buying stuff online. But as far as sending money and stuff like that, it's the same thing. They charge you, exponential fees. They take a well. That's
PayPal are criminal with their fees.
Money. They're usually Sorry.
PayPal are criminal with their fees too, like the way that they charge.
They are for sure, and certain. Yeah, definitely. Psychosis, of course. Then you've got all the other ones too. That I've tried. Was it like Payoneer? I think it was, and I don't know, Wise, and a few others. And this
Western Union.
Well, that's a good one for scammers. That one,
right? So here, let's introduce everybody to FreedomPro here, and let's give everybody a bit of an overview, and we can dig into it from there. So I'm just going to share our screens here for a second, guys, and Dave and I are going to go bye-bye, and we'll be back straight after the video.
In a world where you control your money, not the banks, FreedomPro brings together the best of both worlds, crypto and traditional banking. Full control over your finances, wherever, whenever. Spend your money how you want, when you want, with no limits. No waiting, no hidden fees, no gatekeepers. Whether you're traveling the world or investing at home, FreedomPro gives you the freedom you deserve. This is banking without borders. This is banking without limits. You're in charge now. Total access, total control. And when you partner with FreedomPro, you're joining a global movement of people taking their money back. Welcome to a new era of banking. FreedomPro, because your money should always be in your hands.
Welcome out to FreedomPro. My name's Josh Feltz, and I am excited to show you one of the most powerful financial apps that has ever been created, that is unlocking the door for anybody and everybody that is in the world of cryptocurrency as well as fiat currency. This truly is the marriage of both cryptocurrency and fiat currency, unlocking a world where you finally have true financial freedom and access to use your money when you want to. This is why we call this the FreedomPro Limitless Card. Imagine your world of banking without limits. The Freedom Pro card and ecosystem that we have here is truly unmatched, and it now unlocks unrestricted spending power to crypto users globally. It is no secret that cryptocurrency is becoming one of the most powerful forms of currencies in the world that millions upon millions of people are investing in. But the problem that most people have is they are not in a position that they can access their crypto, use their crypto, and ultimately spend and control your cryptocurrency the way that you rightfully should be able to. So what our app does is it seamlessly converts crypto to the US dollar. What this does is it gives you the ability to put money into our app, and now gives you full freedom to use your card when you want, where you want, at any time, all across the world. Any place that Visa or MasterCard is accepted, you have the ability to utilize our application that we have built here for you called Freedom Pro. Now, with our Freedom Pro app comes full security. It is available on iOS and Android all across the world. It also includes 24/7 customer support. One of the powerful things about being involved in the Freedom Pro community is now you have the ability to participate in meaningful discussions. You have the ability to be a part of some very powerful events talking about financial freedom, giving you the tools and vehicles to actually be able to create financial freedom, as well as our limitless card. It is usually $99 to get access to our limitless card. We have a special where it is half off right now once you are a member in our Freedom Pro community. And this card, it truly gives you the ability to unlock limitless freedom when it comes to spending your money. Everyone a part of our Freedom Pro community automatically gets a digital virtual card that you can put on Apple Pay in your Google Wallet, where you can tap to pay anywhere. If it's a online e-com store, you can type in your card information, and you can do this from anywhere around the world. With our limitless card, if you get a physical card, it actually has no spending limits on it whatsoever. Our virtual card, you can spend up to $400,000 per month. Our physical limitless card, there is truly no limits, and you can spend any amount that you have if you desire to do so. Now, we're not encouraging everyone to make all of this money and then go spend it. But what I do believe is you deserve to have the freedom to choose what you want to do with your money and when you want to do it. Now, let's talk about the security and compliance of how this works. Oftentimes, when people think of cryptocurrency, they think it's unsafe, they think it is scary, but I want to put all of those fears to rest right now. What is special about this is you can take 12 different cryptocurrencies from Bitcoin, Ripple, Litecoin, USDT, and you can take that digital asset, whether it's in a crypto exchange, whether it's in a Forex broker, wherever it is, and you can send that to your Freedom Pro wallet. Now, I want to make sure you clearly understand how this works. When you send over that cryptocurrency, it converts it into the US dollar. So it's no longer sitting in the crypto that you sent over. It is now, whatever that value was when you sent it, it is now in the US dollar. Now, what happens here is those funds are sent to our banking partners, which actually FDIC insures the money that you have in this account. Now, once it goes to our banking partners, you're able to then load up your card with as much money as you have put into your wallet. And at that point, whether it's a point of sale system in person, it's an ATM machine if you have our physical card, or if it is somewhere online, you have the ability to use your money when you want, how you want, without restrictions. You're not getting a phone call saying, hey, is this you spending your money? If you want to spend it, you have the ability to do so, but you also have the most secure environment that you possibly can. This is why I talk about this is the beautiful marriage between cryptocurrency and fiat banking. Now let's talk about the card comparison. There are a bunch of different crypto cards out there. Again, ours is unlike anything out there. Whether it's the crypto.com card, Binance, Coinbase, all of those come with ridiculous limitations. A lot of times you also have to stake so much money in order to spend your money. It's limited to the amount of countries that can be involved with it. Guys, when it comes to spending limits, our virtual card is $400,000 a month. our physical card is limitless. You can use this card from over 160 countries around the world, hassle-free sign up, no user reporting, concierge service, exclusive perks. All of this is included within our Freedom Pro app. Now let's talk about some of the card and membership features. Really important that you see how big this is, how powerful this is, and the opportunity that it gives you when it comes to your cryptocurrency and money today. What this does is seamlessly take cryptocurrency and convert it to fiat currency. It then gives you the ability, global acceptance, and no limit spending all around the world. A user-friendly mobile app, a hassle-free sign up that takes 30 seconds to a minute at the most. No reporting. What does that mean? We do not report your financial activity in our app to tax and governmental agencies. We give you full security, full privacy, and you are responsible for reporting your own finances. Now, again, with the privacy and security, I want you to understand this is in a FDIC insured environment. When you send that cryptocurrency over, it then is converted to fiat US dollar. You're now able to put it on your card from your wallet. And at that point, you have full control of your money. You want to spend it? You can. You want to save it? You can. You want to send it to another person in the Freedom Pro community? Within seconds, you can send money wallet to wallet. These are some of the exclusive perks that you get being a part of the Freedom Pro community and having our Freedom Pro app. Some of the other membership perks is private jet access, elite events that we're hosting all across the globe, as well as you get 24/7 customer support. Now, like I mentioned, in our community, we have in-person events, networking events. We are here to connect the world. I believe freedom happens when people know the right information about money. They have access to the right avenues and vehicles to be able to gain and utilize their money, but ultimately surrounded with a community of people that are all chasing the same thing, which here is freedom. So I want to invite you right now, wherever you are around the world, this is the perfect time to get your Freedom Pro card. This is a movement of people that are passionate, that are living a life on purpose, that say freedom is not an option. And whether you are already an avid and familiar cryptocurrency user and investor, or you have never touched cryptocurrency before in your life, this is a solution and app that you need. This is the Freedom Pro movement, and I'm excited to have you a part of it. When it comes to the opportunity of also being able to make money, we have a beautiful 2-tier affiliate program that if you refer other Freedom Pro members to our community, not only do you have the ability to utilize our Freedom Pro app and card, you also can build residual income. It's 2 tiers. You refer someone, you get paid, and you can start absolutely free today as an affiliate. And it's only $49.95 every single month in order to have our Freedom Pro card. Talk about a revolution that is set to happen right now. So join the Freedom Pro movement. We welcome you to this Freedom Pro family, and we're excited to all be on the same mission together, chasing freedom. You have an amazing night, and welcome to the family.
Momentum, speed, and control. That's exactly what we've created. It's your access point. Every purchase fuels your freedom. Every referral puts you further ahead. Just a straight path where you control the pace. This is your race, your momentum, your freedom.
All right, so that's Freedom Pro, Dave.
Well, that had a few.
Has to be a better way to do marketing with.
Hang on. What's going on? We need to turn that off. There we go. Bye-bye. So that's Freedom Pro, Dave. We'll start that again.
Yeah, well, I have learned a few things there.
What spoke to your heart? What did you learn?
Well, just the limits or limitlessness.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I sort of thought I knew, but I didn't really. That's crazy. So yeah, I mean, and like I said, for me, the biggest benefit is being able to transfer money to other people that have got the card, all the way around the world. So that's useful. very useful. And he was right in the fact that I think I had one place that I couldn't, for some reason, I can't even remember what it was. There's one place I tried to use it twice on mine or something and it didn't work. So I had to get the other card out. But everywhere else that I've gone to use it, like locally or online, not a problem whatsoever. So
I think my friend Michael Silver's over in the USA. He tried to use Venmo with it the other day, and it didn't work too well. It doesn't like Venmo, and I think Uber was the other one that it was not a fan of. But otherwise, it's a brilliant card, and
it's awesome.
It's early days, and I'm sure those sort of problems they'll be solved down the road.
Yeah.
But the fact is, it's peer-to-peer transactions. There's no KYC. You don't need to worry about that. So like the whole know your customer process. There's none of that. There's no reporting that's required in that space. Great. And so the privacy is really, really awesome in that space. And it's got one of the best affiliate programs that I've ever seen.
And the customer service should give their customer service a plug too.
Oh yeah, I've used the customer service sometimes.
After your little event there a few weeks back.
Right, and they refunded us too, so that was pretty good.
A bonus. Yeah, within a few hours.
I've been using this pretty proactively now for the last month. I've taken Harrison out for Hog's Breath Cafe for lunch the other day. Thank you, Crypto. We paid for that. We've used it several times at the cafes and on PayPal, online transactions, left, right, and center. We've done quite a few transfers. I've paid you a bit of money and sent you a bit of money that way. And
so thanks to you, I've been out there flogging it to death too.
So that's FreedomPro, but we're also involved in another project called Texit. And so Texit's a crypto mining project that we're both jumped into in the last couple of months. And so, Dave, what are you liking about Texit so far?
I guess the simplicity. If you just want to, spend some money and make more money, then you don't have to do anything else really, and you'll gradually build up that passive income. But I looked into like setting up mining years ago, and probably still would have been a good idea if I could have afforded, $20,000 worth of graphics cards and shit like that, and a few $1,000s a month on electricity, because I know a few people have made some good money out of it. But that was all too much of a hassle. And then sort of when I spoke to you about this, and it's just cloud based, and I don't have to worry about any of that garbage. All I got to do is pay for it, sit there and let it. But if I really want to, and if I know people and I want to invite people, well, I can get bonuses for that as well. And so you can make more passive income. But I just found it was great that if even for people that aren't really into I wouldn't probably call it sort of really network marketing, but don't like to share products and stuff like that with other people and try and bring them into their circle or whatever. They can still purchase it and sit there, and it'll just keep making money. I mean, it's gone up since I started with it a month or so ago. And then it's just like anything that's on the stock market, it sort of goes up and down and up and down and up and down. And you sort of get excited, then you go, oh, and then you get excited, and you go, oh. But the bigger picture is it's a long-term plan, and I can see I guess that the long-term plan is really for me where it's sort of at. But I've also seen people like yourself and many others in our community that have been able to bring other people in that have been able to generate substantial income each week, so consistently, which is another great opportunity. So
right, it very much is, and I want to get into that in a second with you, and I'll unpack that from my side of the things. But just before we do, I just want to read out this disclaimer, right? So this content that we're producing here today, it's for informational and educational purposes only, and it does not constitute as investment, financial, or legal advice in any way. The information presented here is based on personal opinions and experiences and should be considered as such. And it's not personal recommendations or professional recommendations, I should say, sorry. Cryptocurrency mining in the investment space is involved in substantial risk. What we're talking about is definitely not an investment. I'm going to unpack that in a second. And it will include possibilities of total loss. So, past performance does not guarantee future results. The volatile nature of the cryptocurrency markets means that values can fluctuate dramatically, and any projections or hypothetical scenarios that we're going to unpack here with you now are purely speculative. So before making any investment decisions, please conduct your own research, consult with your own qualified financial advisors in that space. And, basically by engaging in this content, you acknowledge and you understand the risk, and the decisions that you're making are your own responsibility. And there are absolutely no guarantees or profits of return are made or implied in this space. So now that's all out of the way.
It's like anything. If any investment or any gambling that you do, if you can't afford it, you don't do it.
Exactly right.
Can't afford to lose it, you don't do it.
And that's exactly right. So when Sarah and I first jumped into this at the end of May, it was actually brought to my attention back in February. And I was dubious like everybody else and skeptical like everybody else in this space. And it took me 2 months.
I was actually surprised when I seen you jumped on board.
Right, because you know how much I understand that I've turned a lot of these things in the past. They just felt funky. They just didn't smell right, for whatever reason. If it quacks like a duck, it probably is a duck. So for this though, when it was brought to my attention, Mike Tharp brought it to me, and I'm very grateful and blessed that he did. A few others did before that too, but I jumped in because of the relationship, the connection that I had with Mike. But here's the other thing. I also jumped in thinking to myself, right, I've got $1,000 here parked away at the moment. Yeah, it's in our rainy day fund. But if we do lose that, it's not going to mean that I'm not going to be able to pay rent. It's not going to mean that I'm going to, not have the kids at school. Or it wouldn't have hurt us. It would hurt, but it wouldn't be dangerous to our ecological safety in that space. Yeah. So we could afford to lose it. So I put the $1,000 in, and we bought our mining seat. And then straight away, I reached out to a couple of my close friends like you and that. And I said, look, this is what I'm doing. I love you to come join me with me if you're open to this as well, but absolutely no attachment, no pressure whatsoever. So, they saw the same logical thing that I saw, and same sort of risk and reward conversation that I saw. So I brought my first few people in, and away we went. And so now today, I personally have been able to invite 28 people into the community, and been able to help others do the same thing and duplicate. I've lost count of how many people in the team now. There's on my right leg, there's thousands, and then Andrew and Leanne and a few others, builders in the left leg. There's probably a good 200 or 300 people there. So. Getting in early enough here, and definitely been blessed to share this with quite a few people. Sarah and I have now since with the community bonus side of things, we definitely have leveraged that quite heavily, and with the mining facilities where seats we've gone ahead and taken the winnings, if you will, the profit, and we've gone ahead and purchased more mining seats. So total now we're sitting on 31, and so 31 of these seats. So basically what happens is you buy a mining seat as part of the crowdfunding mining project. There is technically 1 million seats up for grabs. They've already sold probably close on 150,000 of these already in these early days. But what they've done is it's Texit, right? So it's a Texit-owned mining facility, and it's a USA blockchain that they're building. So what they've done is they said, right, we're going to keep it American owned, keep it Texas owned. They're only going to take 10% of the international, the pool, and make it available for the international marketplace. So that means out of the 1 million seats, there's only 100,000 up for grabs for anybody outside of the USA. So we've jumped on and we've started, helping to build this community because of the way that the comp plan is set up. Essentially, you've got a left leg and a right leg. And you've got, a business center here. And if you get 3 points on your left, 3 points on your right, that's $1,000. If you get 6 points on your left and 6 points on your right, that's $2,000. If you get 9 on your left, 9 on your right, that's $3,000. And they pay that out in USDC, in cryptocurrency. So that's $3,000 in cryptocurrency paid out for that 1 week. Now, if you do that every week, you get paid $3,000 a week. So since Sarah and I started, for the last 10 weeks especially, we've been earning about $4,000 a week. from the community bonus structure of that. And so with reinvesting into buying more mining seats and, buying some more coin in that space, we've currently now got around about 11,000 total in mine coins in our portfolio. Now,
Awesome.
if you can see here, I'll just share my screen here again. I put together this funnel here. If you want more information to see if this is a fit for you, reach out. We can send you this link. You can see here if I go to coin market cap, so it's been a little bit up and down. So that's today. You go 7 days out, you zoom out a month. A month ago, it was sitting at $3.13. Now it's at $4.14. We had a big spike here because the people bought in. They didn't buy from the mining. They actually purchased it like they would on Bitcoin or anything like that. And some people sold, like a few of the early people here that joined right back at the beginning when it was only 9 cents a coin. When they saw it hit $7, what do these guys did? Well, they sold. And I heard one story the other day. A guy that joined right at the very beginning was enough to be able to sell his coin, and he took that profit and he went and bought a house. So that's what happened is people are selling out. But as you can see here, we've climbed, and this is because of the growth of the company. If I actually bring up the dashboard here, this is probably one of the most transparent projects I've ever seen, Dave. And they've got nothing to hide here. They're actually doing like sponsorships now in all the major airports. They've got hockey teams, college football teams that they're sponsoring, and quite a few other things too. So if you go to the website here, I'm just logging to the dashboard. You'll see here that they open up straight away. They've got new miners joining. So right now they've got 36,293,000 miners. Each miner probably has on average about 5 seats. So they go towards that 150,000 mining seats being sold. So we've got 732 in Australia. We still keep doing it, but we're catching up to New Zealand. And so then they've got here around what they've actually done with the income too. So, in marketing and commissions and promotion and that type of thing as well. So you can see here where it's all been shared and stuff. And so like Dave, you've got 1 mining seat, right? Yep. So you can come back to your dashboard here. So I've got now, 30 on this account. I've got another account was under Sarah's name, which I've got a couple of miners as well. But you can see here, even if I did not promote this to one more person and, I just sat on this and I did nothing else. Okay, well, I'm not going to earn any commissions from the community bonus unless the team below me hits that 3 and 3, 6 and 6, 9 and 9. Now, because of what I've done here and, the people that I brought in, I brought in a couple of people that bought more than one miner, I'm now sitting on $42,000 worth of cash potential and commissions. Yeah. So I can still earn that paid out in cash potential in commissions as long as I qualify each week. How do you qualify each week? Well, you've got to have new miners, new blood in the system every week. So it's encouraging that community build, right? This is a crowdfunding community build project. So as long as I hit, here on my placements, right, here on that one there, as long as I hit 9 there, I get $3,000. And I've got to do that every week. Right now, into the middle of the week, well, I've got 9 on my right because that one's exploding. I've got 3 on my left. So I need to either help the team or I need to go put new people in and get another 6 points to hit that $3,000. So 9 and 9. So that's how Sarah and I have been able to really maximize this. But that aside, I know, Dave, you've jumped in and you haven't put one person in. So you've got, 100 hash powers, so 100 hash powers to 1 mining seat. And you've been mining probably around about anywhere from average like 0.6 to maybe 1 coin per day, right?
Yeah.
So if that's the case, I did put together a hypothetical here, and I just want to walk through that one and share that one too as part of this little conversation. So let me bring that one up. Where did that sheet go? All right, hang on. I think I closed it down when I was talking to you, and let me just bring that back up. All right, so share screen. There it is there. All right, so I'll just go here to the next page on this funnel. Right, so what I did here was this hypothetical, right? So let's get the math really, really easy. So all you did was you bought one miner, and you put in the $1,000 to buy the one miner. Now, when the coin's at $6 a coin, and you're mining one coin a day on average over 3 months, you'll mine 90 coins. That's pretty easy, right? Pretty easy math. Now, let's say that coin, it is projected. It's projected to hit $16 by February. Actually, that's a very conservative projection. They've now put a new projection in where they're saying it could hit as high as $80 by February. And they're saying it could hit as high as $800 within the next 12 to 18 months and $2,000 within, the next couple of years type sort of thing. So, let's say all you did, Dave, was mine one coin a day over the next 12 months. Well, you're going to have 360 techs a coin. Let's say it hits $200. Well, that's you put in $1,000 for your to buy your seat. Yeah, it hits $200. You did nothing with that coin, but just build it up. You've now got $72,000. Let's say it hits $2,000. Well, you've now got $720,000. That's US dollars.
Yes, exactly.
Now, as the mining pool goes up, and as people buy the more mining seats, what happens is we get less coins per miner every day. But the coin of the value goes up, because it's becoming more supply versus demand, right? It makes natural science.
Correct. Yeah, I think I'm running about between it's mining anywhere, like you said, from about 0.6 to 0.8. Some days it seems to have better days than others. I don't know, maybe it drinks more coffee in the morning or something.
So you can see on mine there, I just showed you there. I've got I've got 28, 30 miners. I'm averaging around about 17 to 19, 20 coins a day.
Yeah. Exactly.
So you can buy, and for everybody watching, you can buy up to 9 miners straight away. So it's 9 times the 995. So what's that? That's $8,995, or $45, whatever it is, to buy the 9-pack. But once you buy the 9-pack, you don't have to spend any more money. You're in, and you get a mining seat for the next 135 years of this whole project. So you're in. You're just mining coins every day. So there's the fast way to go make some cash, which is go help build the community, or there's the slow way to go make wealth, which is just sit back and mine coins. So Sarah and I, we've jumped into this full steam ahead, and through what we've done in the last 3 months, we've been blessed with about $50,000 US. That's helped us. That's helped us to pay for our American trip. I've got my business partner, involved in this as well. So we've got some other things going there. So there's some things that has helped us to diversify the income, so it's come in, so it's a bit diversified. But it's paid for our American trip coming up, and so we've got Sarah's 50th birthday present. It's our second honeymoon. It's our first holiday away without the kids. We're going to really enjoy ourselves for a couple of weeks on our American road trip. So that's about probably 16,000, 18,000 going into that. It's helped us to buy a couple of new things for around the house. Lachlan needed a new bed, so we bought a new bed. We need a new lounge. We had a lounge for 15 years, so we're buying a new lounge. We're looking at buying a new car towards Christmas or early New Year's. So, it's this type of money that's helped us to not just go from surviving to thriving. And I've heard story after story after story. Everybody who's joined Texas, nobody's regretted getting in. And everybody is just loving this space. And so the time is ticking to get on the rocket ship. The seats are selling. So if you've been sitting on the fence here, you want to jump in and explore this, want to have a conversation with me, I've done a big due diligence report that I put together when I did my own due diligence. I can share that with you. We've got our funnel here that I'll put in the comments now for you as well to help you to do your own research. And so I've got everything that I found that I could possibly think that people needed to go and do their own research to start the conversation and get into it. So let me just quickly drop that link in the comments for you as well. And as you can see here, with what we're doing with FreedomPro and with Texas, it's a beautiful marriage. And this is the power of affiliate marketing 101. Having a personal brand allows you to promote multiple products that complement each other. Yep. And so if you've seen what I've done, though, in my business, I've seen a lot of people say, Jeff, I can see you promoting multiple products, but how do you do it? Well, here's how I did it. I started with one, and I focused. You can't ride two horses with one ass, but you can jump from one horse to the next whilst you're in momentum. You ever seen the Western Cowboys, right? They've got their lead horse and they've got their fresh horse. So they ride their first horse for the first 50 kilometers, and then they leave that horse behind and they jump onto the next one, all in full gallop.
Yeah, correct.
And that's what I've done. And so I've been able to bring in a few horses into this chariot race, but it started with one.
Yeah.
And as momentum grows, and as your credibility grows, your authority grows, your visibility grows, then it's much easier and quicker to jump from one thing to the next.
It is, definitely.
So Dave, what have you got to add to that conversation, mate? And what are you excited about the possibilities with the future with what we're building here? Because this is just one bow to our quiver.
Yeah, if you want me to get started on the whole big picture, well, I'm doing little happy dances all over the place.
Right.
It is Fun Day Friday. There's just so much going on, and there's just so much.
Every day is Fun Day Friday.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about just opportunity like to make money. I'm talking about just opportunity to serve and have a greater impact on the world, and that is just coming through in leaps and bounds and that. But I've witnessed it and seen, and I'm at the moment. I'm just more of the sit back and relax and watch my little miner mine his way through to longevity. But I've been getting more and more enticed to start having conversations. So I've been starting to have a few conversations because I've seen the joy.
But this is what happens, right? You've got in, your belief and your trust has been built along the way. And
Correct.
So now your confidence is coming up, your excitement is coming up. And so now what's happening is posture and backbone's coming up.
Yeah.
And in that posture, because this is what we're all selling, right? We're all selling some sort of form of transfer of belief. Everything that I do, I'm very transparent about it, and I'm very confident in what I do, right? But I never used to be that way. And so, I used to be like everybody else. I'd be, you're going to do this, and I'm over exaggerating it, right? But that's the type of energy that was coming across.
Yeah.
And so it's good to this is what I actually quite love about both of these products, FreedomPro and Texit, is you can just be a product of the product. You can see it in action. You can build your belief up, plug into community, get charged up, get whatever it is you need to get in the game. But Dave, the one thing I love about you, man, is you're in the game and you're such a supportive, servant-hearted leader. And because of that, we're being able to build this together. And you can do what we need to do in the background, free me up to go be the evangelist. And this is what it looks like to work together as a team, guys. You got to find that running buddy.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually, and it's even more fun now that it's warming up because there's nothing like getting sprayed with wake from the boat in front of you. Especially when it's warm. When it's freezing cold down there in Tasmania, it's no good.
Well, mate, the rocket is set to go. We're actually on T-minus 60 seconds, and it feels like we're just about to blast off. Like what we're doing into this year, I feel like this year, this quarter into the last 2025 into 2026 is we've got a lot of momentum going. We've got a lot of excitement going. We've got a lot of pieces on the board. And as I keep saying, I feel like I could see checkmate, 10 mates move, and got checkmate. But it's just what I can't get my head around, and it can only give credit to where credit's due. And it's all glory to God. But it feels like the plan that's been laid on my heart for the last 2 years, really, is just you can see the divine intervention amongst it all. And you can start to see all the pieces meld together.
Yeah,
like just before,
amazing. Just even being in the background, watching it all come together is incredible. So
right, but just before we hit live, I was just talking to you about a conversation that's happening in the background with Mike.
How ironic was all? How divine or ironic or whatever you want to call it.
It's just almost like it's prophetic. Like it's the only word I can put into it. Because
I think he was listening to us. Facebook was sending him messages, I think.
God was definitely listening, and he's just plugged it in. And now, what for that for me that's happened though is, and I can't share too much information for everybody else, but what I can share is it's confirmation. It is absolutely confirmation that what we're doing here with Finance Pro, like I'm flying to LA next week to go and spend the time with some Brianna and Josh and the team and being able to bring, two really big powerhouses together. That's really exciting. And so it's all, I can only give all glory to God. I can't open these doors up by myself. I've tried, bloody hell, I've tried. And coming into this space now just to serve and go, right, I'm just here to show up to say yes until I find a good reason to say no. And let's just plug in and play and let's go. And but here's the thing. And I put a post up about this before, and I'm going to wrap up with this conversation, Dave. Here's the thing. We're not chasing success.
No.
What we are working towards is impact, purpose, and legacy. It's a totally different
100%.
Conversation.
Yep, 100%. Yeah. I'm no longer a greyhound chasing a rabbit around the track.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
I haven't got the energy for that anymore, and don't need it. It's just, like you said, it's I guess it's a different mindset, a different, just the way that we look at everything is different. Like, I get up in the mornings and go, wow, what are we going to do today?
Reflect to where we are now. Reflect to where we are now versus the conversations we're having at the beginning of the year.
Well, the conversations I had at the beginning of the year is, how am I going to buy milk for the kids?
It's saying how good God is, eh? And it is God. God is good, and He's good all the time. And it's just sometimes we get stuck up in our pain and our own pride and our own arrogance and our own hurt and our own. Like another conversation I was having today, it just baffles me. How do we self-sabotage ourselves all the time because we trip up over our own feet and our own emotions?
Exactly right. Just go with the flow. He's got a path. Just follow
it. They say success leaves clues, but this conversation today has left a lot of clues, I'm sure.
Yes, definitely.
All right, Dave, before we wrap up, any final words, mate?
Well, especially if if you like playing the game, well, Texas's definitely worth looking at. If you like just sitting back and not doing anything and creating passive income, well, it's an opportunity for you as well. But again, put that disclaimer up. It's not not telling you how to suck your eggs or giving you financial advice or anything like that. That's just from my experience. Then I think the Freedom Pro card has been that's gold.
It's been a game changer. And you can go build an entire business just off the back of Freedom Pro.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
And I'm going to leave here just with one final word. What we're doing with Finance Pro, Freedom Pro is just one of the many awesome products that are there. I'm flying over to LA to help facilitate, bring another amazing product together. And I'm actually more excited about that than I've been about anything that we've done, Dave.
And I think I've read between the lines. I think I know what you're talking about. So, yes, I'm very excited about that too.
Right.
It's going to be awesome.
And talk about bringing, major powerhouses together and just the pieces of the board here. For me, this is game over. This conversation that we're about to have and launch, this is what everybody in the network and affiliate market industry needs this type of product. Whether you think you do or don't, you need it. And if you think
exactly.
and if you tell me you don't, you lie, and you probably lie about everything else.
Well, well, we're reasonably well associated with something out of that product. Without giving away too much.
We're a byproduct of it.
Yes, and the stuff that comes from that particular thing is incredible. It's amazing, and I just don't want to give too much away, so I'm just trying to be careful on how I word it. But I could just get up and jump and shout and say, "This is what we're doing."
Well, those of us who have been in our inner circle probably are able to put the dots together.
They would know. Yeah, well, they would probably know, yes.
I have been asked to hold back. I'll not do my normal thing and just go blurt it out at the top of the shout and read pubs.
God, that must be hard.
I'm holding back as much as I can, but I'm very excited about it.
Me too. So we probably should end this, wrap it up. Otherwise, we might be both in trouble.
All right, guys. On that note, thanks for your time. Bye for now.
Bye now.